Hey kiddos, it's Mrs. Gershon here. Let's take a look at today's math problems. It says Jamie has a small container that holds exactly 1/4 cup of dog food. How many times should Jamie fill the container and pour it into the dog's bowl to make sure the dog gets exactly half a cup? So we can draw our number line here. Put your 0 on one end, your 1 hole on the other. Her container holds 1/4 of a cup. So what we can do is we can break our number line into fourths. Here's Jamie's. Circle my whole numbers. But Jamie wants a half a cup. Okay, so what we have here is we only have 1/4 of a cup. We can actually fill the rest of this in. And 1 whole is 4/4. Jamie wants half of a cup. So we need to find our half on our number line. So looking from 0 to 1, my halfway mark is right here in the middle. So we need to know how many times we have to put that scoop in to fill it with dog food, but we need half a cup. So for a jump from here to here, that's one jump. That's going to give us 1/4 of a cup. If we do a second jump, that's going to give us the halfway, half a cup. So looking at how many jumps we have, how many times should Jamie fill the container, we look at her jumps. She should fill her container 2 times for 2 jumps. Moving on, which situation can be solved using the expression 21 divided by 3? I'm going to go ahead and underline that. Here are my numbers. I can box my division. We have one step here. We need to read all of these situations. We're talking about division. We have a total of 21 of something. And we either need to put it into 3 groups or we need to take that 21 and put them into groups of 3. No matter what though, we need the groups. So I'm going to draw some pictures and write some things down as we go through each of the situations. So for the first one, it says that finding the number of shirts when there are 3 groups of 21. Well, I already have the total up top. My total is 21. So I cannot get an answer that's more than 21 because you're taking 21 of something and dividing it into groups. This is a total of 63. So I know that this is multiplication. We're putting 21 in every group and there are 3 groups. So that cannot be our choice because we can't have an answer that's more than 21. So we're going to cross off A. Find the number of dresses when 21 more dresses are placed on a rack with 3 dresses. Well, we don't have a group here. So you have a rack that has 3 dresses and you're putting 21 more onto that rack. So you're adding here. So we have to cross that out. Finding the number of jackets left over when 3 out of 25 jackets are sold. 3 out of 21 jackets are sold. So if you have 21 jackets, 3 of them are sold. Again, you're not talking about groups, you're talking about the same item. That's subtraction. So D has to be our choice, but let's read it anyways in case we made a mistake somewhere else. Finding the number of skirts on each rack when a total of 21 skirts, there's our total, are placed equally on 3 racks. So we have groups, and that placed equally means that we're now taking those 21 shirts and we are dividing them up among the racks. So D is our best choice. Look at our last 2 problems. It says a number pattern is shown below. Which rule could have been used to make the pattern? So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be going from one number to the next. And we're seeing what's happening to that 5 to make it a 9. Well, I know my number got bigger, so it's either adding or multiplying. If I think about multiplying, 5 times what gives you 9? Nothing. Anything times 5 is going to give you a 5 or a 0 at the end. So it has to be adding. 5 plus what is 9? 5 plus 4 is 9. Now, if it is a true rule for this pattern, it should work for every single number listed in here. We should be able to add 4 to every number and get the next number. So let's try it. I have 9, I'm going to 13. If I add 4 to that, does that give me 13? It does. So the rule works. I'm going to try it one more time. 13 to 17. If I add 4 to that, does it give me 17? Yes, it does. So the rule here is that we are adding 4 every time. Let's look at our choices. Start with the number 0. Well, we didn't. We started with the number 5, so we can get rid of A and B. Let's look at letter C. Start with 5, which we did. Add 4 each time to get the next number. There's our answer, but let's look at the next one. Start with 5, add 5 each time to get the answer. Nope, we know that if we added 5 every time, our numbers would have a 5 or a 0 at the end. Let's go to our last question. This one's a tough one. Area. When I was in groups today, they automatically said area equals length times width. So today we cut our rectangle this way. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that now. Now we found today that we do have the length and width of that rectangle. The length and width is 7 times 4, which gives us 28. Now, this is the tricky part, because looking at this rectangle, we have the width. The width is 3, but oddly enough, we don't have the length. The length is not 9. This whole space is 9. We only need this space. So rule of thumb is to look across the way. Is there a number on the other side that gives it away? In this case, there is not, so we can't look there. So we're going to go to this side. Because if I know the whole thing's 9 and I can figure out this side, then I can figure out the missing side. I'm going to look across. Oh, rectangle, same length. So this is going to be 4 feet. Now 4 and something has to give me 9. 4 plus what gives me 9? 4 plus 5 gives me 9. Now I'm ready. Now I have my length and my width. Now if I have 2 different areas, I have to add those areas up because that is one space. So 8 plus 5 is 13, carry my 1, and I get 43. All right, kiddos, that's it for today. Make sure to check your math. Try to get outside, enjoy, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.